Good morning, our Service Alliance friends. It's a great day, and we're alive and breathing. It's so exciting. How are you doing today, EJ?
Wow, I asked her to bring the energy and she mustered it up. Well, thank you. I'm doing all right. As you can see, I'm off today, so I'm trying to get on that my office help vacation schedule. So
I don't
trying
know
to figure it
why
out.
I'm on here every other week, but I have been gone the last three three weeks that I'm supposed to be on. So here I
Yeah.
am
So
outside of my RV in this
what?
beautiful 50-degree weather.
I guess one thing we could talk about today, even though it's Freestyle Friday and the people get to decide. My first question may be, how do I grow my business to the point where I can take a vacation every other week? I, maybe you
Well,
can work on an answer for that while we say hi to everybody.
hmm,
Good morning, Rob from Dirty Jersey. Oh boy, have fun up there, bud. Adam, good morning. Jeremy, checking in. Buenos dias. Refreshing day it is. Yes. Buenos dias, hermano. Too much
okay,
energy.
well, so yeah, we got that, and then Rob, go to the Rob's telling me to slow down. I just want to say this. I am actually not a morning person. But my mom told me that when I need to bring the energy, which is usually with my kids, you just do that. Because my mom wasn't a morning person either, but you would have never known it the way that she woke us up in the morning. So,
Yeah, mine didn't wake me up
and
like that.
I've only been up for 25 minutes. So it's not like, and I haven't had any coffee. So it's
I've
not
been
like
up for 45 minutes.
you're also
Yay.
an hour ahead of us. So
Yeah, that matters.
that
Uh,
does matter.
Paul has the answer. Find yourself a Doug. I'll tell you what, that's that's been my goal. You know, when I first met Doug and I was starting this business, Paul, I said, when I grow up, I want to be like Doug Shear. And then I realized when I grow up, I want to be like Jay Michigan and have a Doug. You see, Jay's always out traveling the world, seeing sunsets and all the good stuff. And Adam's feeling guilty if he leaves early. Yeah.
I've been there. Been
So
there.
I'm going to Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. We're going to Rod Run. It's a
Oh,
citywide car show. Me and Terry, we was supposed to go our whole team, and even got a cabin with 7 beds in it, and then slowly everybody backed out.
well, I mean, you did have some My Office Help team members you could have invited.
Well, come on down.
I'm 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 Northern Illinois right now.
We got 5 extra beds.
I'm like, I don't even know where I'm at.
Saul says my mom would say, "Get up, breakfast is ready." When I got to the table, no breakfast. It wasn't ready. That's funny. I remember waking up on Saturday mornings to the sound of cereal hitting the bowl, and that's when I knew it was time to get up. When cereal hit the bowl, and that was shoot all the way up through my teens.
Oh. No,
That's the kind of breakfast mom made.
Saturdays. Mom had to get us up at 10 o'clock. She wouldn't let us sleep past 10.
Oh,
Now Sundays, I was raised in a church in a home where when the doors were open at church, we were there. But every Sunday morning we had the same exact breakfast, which was grits, eggs, how we liked our individual eggs, bacon, toast. Yep. And so every morning on Sunday, that's what we were woke up to. So, but Saturday
well,
was sleeping day. I love sleeping.
yeah. Today I was thinking, I'm off. I'm going to sleep in until 8 o'clock today. And you sent that text last night, or I was like, oh shoot. I got the grind still. But I'm glad I woke up, got moving.
You
So I got a little bit of scripture. You
Oh,
want to do the prayer?
sure. Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for this Friday. And I thank you for this great weather that I know you've given us. And the cooling down, it's not quite so hot outside. So I thank you for that. Let us have a great rest of our day and an amazing, refreshing weekend. Let us be able to walk into the house of the Lord this weekend. And even if we aren't, Father, let us find you wherever we are. In the name of Jesus, amen.
Amen. Cover up all my hair here. I got to get a haircut. There's so
Just
many
go
people
bald.
that said they didn't know I actually had a full head of hair, or they thought it was gray. I just
Just go
turned
bald.
40. I'm
Bald is
okay.
beautiful.
So, you know, before we got on, we was Shayna asked me what was going on in my world and what was in my mind, and I kind of jokingly, but it's for real. This week I was struggling to start the week because I didn't have a focused worry. Right, I always have something on my mind that I'm trying to fix, and that's what drives me. I think it's one of the complexes we as business owners have. We're always looking for a problem to fix, and when we don't have one, it's like, what's going on? Like, it's almost like the calm before the storm. Like, I'm wondering, where's it coming from? Like, I'm looking around like it's somebody's about to smack me in the back of the head, and I didn't have anything to worry about yet, and then something appeared. So my
Yeah.
Google listings got suspended, and then after submitting for reinstatement, they were denied, and now I'm a little worried about where my next week of calls are coming from. But we're half booked next week, so right now I'm not going to worry about it. And I real quickly was looking for a verse about worry to share with you, and I couldn't find it, so I thought I'm just going to go to James. That's one of my favorite chapters of the Bible. What my favorite books of the Bible. James 1. And there it was. It smacked me. James 1, verse 2. My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into various trials, knowing that the testing of your faith produces patience. But let patience have its perfect work, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking nothing. If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives to all liberally and without reproach, and it will be given to him. But let him ask in faith, with no doubting, for he who doubts is like a wave of the sea, driven and tossed by the wind. For let not man suppose that he will receive anything from the Lord. That man, he is a double minded man, unstable in all his ways. So there it was. He just led me right to it. Uh, we have to embrace our challenges, our our problems, the issues that we face in life and in business, and have faith in the Lord that He will see us through. I don't know the other verse, where it says, "I know the plans I have for you," uh,
Hmm.
and the gist of it is they're better than the plans we have.
Yep.
As long as we're following Him, we're going to win in the end. We may have troubles, but
Well,
we win.
so I have the app called the Bible, and they have a verse of the day, and today's went along with this also, except it's much shorter than yours. It's the Psalms 31:24. Be strong and let your heart take courage, all who wait for the Lord. So
Amen.
it goes along with it
Amen.
also.
And now without further ado, first we're going to prelude with drop your questions in the chat. This is Freestyle Friday. Ask me anything. We don't really have a topic today, so we are counting on all three of you guys that are watching. Oh, five. We're up to five. Uh,
I,
to submit your questions. But first, Shayna is going to answer the question that we've all been waiting for. How do we get to take a vacation every other week all year long like you?
well, first off, yes, you need a Doug. Good morning, Fred. So we're up to 6 people now, EJ.
So your Doug is named Andy, right?
My Doug is named Andy. Second off, don't have a service appliance business that ties you down to one location.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Because that's one thing. Like, okay, so Jason and I shut our electrical business down this year for multiple reasons. I was the third generation owner of it. It's not like we'd only had it for 5 years and we're just going to shut it down. Like, we shut it down, and one of the reasons that we shut it down is because it really truly ties us to that spot, and we didn't want to be in that spot. We don't want to be there. We want to eventually move, but we like to travel and do things. And when we travel, I still work riding down um, the road in the RV, and I'm sitting back there with my laptop on the table and it's bouncing with every single bump, and I'm holding on to my laptop and my second screen as my mouse is bouncing everywhere, and I'm still working on my business.
But
So
you get to pick where you do it from.
I do. I'm at the Knoxville Fairgrounds right now.
Knoxville.
The Knox County Fairgrounds
There you
right
go.
now. So in
Don't even.
Illinois.
You wake up and you don't even know where you're at.
I don't. Well, so in the last 5 weeks, I have been to Galesburg. I think it's called Galesburg, Illinois. I've been to Oklahoma, Indiana,
You was in
somewhere around,
Muskogee 2 weeks ago.
yeah, Muskogee, Oklahoma, Indiana, and then I had a promptu business trip in Nashville. And then we come home for a week from this, and then we're heading to Vegas for PSA.
And nowhere on that list is Kentucky. So
No, we were in Kentucky earlier this year, and we stopped and saw you.
yeah, I know. Mike says first you start by getting all of your Google listings suspended. So if your Google listings go down and your business crashes, you can go on vacation anytime you want
That's
until you
true.
run out of money, which is for me
Well,
just this weekend.
or
I'm going
or you
for
max
a
out your
weekend.
credit cards.
Yeah, and then no more vacations that week.
No more.
So uh, we need your questions in the chat. What do you guys need help with? I'll ask the question to everybody. Uh, we all, as business owners, have that focus of one thing that we're working on right now that we need to get better at. What is yours, everybody out there? Drop in. What is it that you're focused on improving in your business right now? And if you watched yesterday's show, I was kind of starting to focus on our walk rate, trying to come up with ways to improve our walk rate. And one thing I found that I'm going to do is I made the list of things that we need to consider when we're in the home. And then I'm going to have a team meeting and we'll have a discussion about uh, how to close the sale when it's actually necessary to do so. We got Joe checking in. Good morning, Joe.
Good morning.
Jason, we don't even care about your answers. Uh, I'm good. Continually working on improving culture. See, now that's how you create a job that you like. He stopped his service business leached onto his wife's CSR business, and his title is basically just making sure everybody has fun. I,
Well, he is over marketing now, so we are actually doing marketing now. So,
so there you go.
but he is the fun guy. So don't ask me and Andy to be the fun people. So he's definitely that's definitely more his area.
What's up, Two Live Crew? That's Miss Ward checking in. Solid Steps
Good
to Wealth.
morning.
Make sure you check her out on YouTube as well. She got her own channel, and she's a permanent fixture on ours right now. So, Jeremy, 100% KPI tracking and job tracking, job tags. That's uh, that's a good one, man. I was focused on that 2 months ago. Uh, I love KPIs. What I hate is putting the numbers in. I love analyzing the numbers. I like stats. Ever since I was a kid, I was collecting baseball cards. I would analyze the stats on the back of a baseball card. I like to know what's going on and what kind of drives it to happen. Paul's list is so long. Well, give us your top one or two or three, Paul. Let's see what you're working on. Adam says he's working on making sure everyone knows their tasks. Everyone is going in 100 different directions, and things don't seem to be getting done.
Getting people on the same page.
Yeah. So Adam is taking over and his family business. I think it's his uncle that is turning it down to him. What can you tell Adam about getting everybody on the same page? And basically, it's an accountability thing, right?
It is
Uh,
100%. A lot of them is, like with us, we had to implement what we call scorecards. So everybody having things that they turn in every single day, and lots of meetings, productive meetings, not pointless meetings, but productive meetings. Doing the work to get the stats suck. I agree.
yeah. Sal said realistic expectations and closing the year strong. Uh, speaking of, we'll do a little shameless plug here. Uh, we are coming to an end of Q3,
Yeah.
and if you're following us for any length of time, you know we like goals. We like to have a target of where we're going, and we highly recommend making annual goals, long-term goals, short-term goals, all of them. It's basically like your roadmap to where you want to go, and you got all these different spots you got to hit along the way. So your short-term goals lead up to your long ones, and we're coming into Q4. Where are you at on your Q4 on your annual goals? So we have the Q4 Mastermind series. We're doing it a little different this year. It's coming up in October. It's going to be a condensed version, 4 weeks long, uh, one day each week, uh, coming together, and we are going through some topics about going into the slow season and running into Q1. So we got to get to the end of this year and start next year strong.
Yeah.
So those are the kind of things that we're going to be. So watch out for that, and be sure to sign up if you want to be part of it. Uh, Paul says getting accounting in line. It's partially there, I would say 90%, and redoing the website. Tons of things to fix. Trying to also get back to posting pics and whatnot on social platforms. He's got to buy a new van and new family also. You gonna buy a new family? I'm just kidding.
Well,
Not
I think that's
buy a
supposed to
van.
be a van. On my iPhone actually likes to change the word van to can. So I'm pretty confident he was saying new family van.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't
He
know
just
why it doesn't like the word van, but It doesn't.
Oh man, I gotta turn my focus off. Can you still hear me?
Uh huh.
Uh, I had to turn my do not disturb on my phone here. So, what else, Shana? What are you working on to end the year?
Uh, well, I'm just working on traveling. I just let my team handle it.
Yeah,
No, let's see.
that is part of mine. I uh, I didn't used to be able to take vacations and actually not work on the vacations, especially with my wife because she was answering the phones.
Yeah.
And it was one week we was going on a vacation to Pigeon Forge, just like I'm going right now, and we decided we didn't want to do that no more. So we called everybody on the list, and we finally came down and settled with my office help. And I'm just kidding. We didn't call anybody else. Uh, they came highly referred, and we've been growing this relationship ever since. And I don't have to worry about who's answering my phones. I don't have to worry about if if my CSR is sick or if she's in northern Illinois for the week. I just I know my phones get answered. It's just an automatic deal. It's something that is off my plate, and I know that I do trust but verify, but it's pretty much on autopilot.
Yeah.
We built the relationship, we grow together, and we get bumps in the road, but it's autopilot. It's a non-issue. I open up my schedule every day, and there's calls on it, and that's that. So that's how I can take vacations. And I don't have a Doug or an Andy, but I have a 5-star Mike, and he keeps things running as well. So that's my answer.
That's your answer. Let's see. So for us, specifically, like Jason said, culture is a huge one that we are always working on. Never none. It's never stops. We do have quarterly what we call State of the Onions with them. We are actually having breaking bread on Tuesday this coming week, so it's a midway between the State of the Onions. We're just gonna get together, eat gumbo, and then afterwards watch a movie on a projector for those that want to stay. So we've got that. Last week, well, this week, early this week, we took our leadership team out to dinner. Um, Doing a huge focus on marketing. We've never actually truly done anything with marketing, so that's the role that Jason is actually really taking. And so that's been a interesting change and interesting focus for us since we've just never done it. Mike built us a new website, and we have a marketing coach. So Jason's doing all the marketing, but we have a coach that's going in there and help guiding him on what to do and how to do it and get that going. So, and then internally, it's all, focusing on, do we need to change up procedures? Do we need to, we need to add days to our training? So that's a um, project that Tabitha's working on, is adding days to our training for different software that we've added or things that just have changed since we last redid our training about a year ago. So it's nonstop. Like everybody has different goals, different projects.
So I just pulled up your new website, and
Yes.
there's a giant picture of Shayna, and then if you scroll down, my favorite part is it's me.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm on the homepage.
Mike made sure to put you on there.
That's what I get, and
What you
man, this
get.
is a nice, clean website.
Well,
I like
Mike
it.
did it. He did a good job.
Uh, so somebody was mentioning websites, and I was thinking along another line. We've been talking about me and Miss Ward about your avatar,
Mm-hmm.
your ideal customer, and we have to find our ideal customer and market to them.
Yep.
And I was watching some videos with Seth Godin, supposedly the godfather of marketing, and he had mentioned, instead of casting a wide net and just saying everybody in this area, here's what we got. He said instead identify that 1% that really wants and needs your product, and you really want and need to work with them, and market to them.
Yep.
So, what's your 1%?
Well, so let me start with service detectives because this was actually a huge thing for us. It was about 8 years or so ago, 7 or 8 years ago, that avatars started getting discussed. And up to that point, we had been advertising towards 40, 50-year-old women because we thought that was our avatar. There is actually a company out there, I don't know the name of it right offhand, that can actually take your database, run it through the system, and they come back and they will give you it's hundreds of things about your avatar. And we actually found that we were marketing to the wrong avatar. Our average avatar were like, and Jason could actually clarify if I'm wrong. It was like 70, 80-year-old men who like to play golf, who like it told us what their hobbies were, what kind of car they drove, what size of house they had, what size of family they had in this. It was very interesting. And so by even knowing that kind of knowledge, for instance, if you want to, in our area, if you want to advertise on the country station or the old man station. Um,
Yeah.
and so it was some really interesting, eye-opening events. Our avatar, of course, is primarily men. And so our very first name and logo that we came up with did not speak to our avatar. And so my office help was not our first name. But after a year, we changed it. We changed the total look. We had pink in our colors, pale pink, and like
Mm,
pale. I don't know. It was like a really super light green color.
that would be the colors for attracting the women that come to work there.
Yeah, it was, and
That,
there was a
and
really
not
pretty.
all women. It's not an all
No,
woman team. Uh, but
there was a really pretty feather in it, and so once we really truly got to thinking about who is our actual avatar, why am I? I lost him. You're back.
yeah,
Anyways, we were like, why are we named this? So our first name was actually Totally Balanced, which I don't
that
know.
sounds
Do
like
you know what
a woman's workout, like a
yoga?
yoga
That's a
company.
lot of what people said. So yeah, our whole thought concept behind it was we will totally balance your business out. Like the whole thing,
Yeah.
but it didn't work that way. And so we started on the journey of changing our name and changing our look, and ended up with my office help with that logo, and yeah, lots of fun things. So yeah, average avatar is male. We actually are our avatars are actually, the majority of them are actually appliance service companies too. So we're about 40% appliance companies. So
So what
our
size company are you looking for that you guys
majority,
are the
yep,
best at helping?
1 to 3 man.
Yeah.
That's typically the best. I mean, we have some that are larger than that, but
Yeah.
1 to 3 men are
You
typically
you don't have any smaller than that, though, do you?
smaller than 1 man. No.
So one interesting thing away from the avatar, but your focused brand. Uh, you was sharing with me the specifics of your logo,
Yeah.
uh, the fun bits about it, and I'll let you tell what it was. But as you go over it, think about everybody out there. The target market is likely middle-aged guys running a business, and they don't know what the heck they're doing.
Well, so when we finally came up with my office help, when we were trying to think of the design, I don't even remember how I came up with this, but um, because so I don't know, we went through quite a bit, but one of the things was we're really close to the office. And so we're like, why not um, get as close to their font as possible? So my office helps font is the closest font that we could get to the office font without it being trademarked. So we
The
have
Office being
there's
the TV show with
the TV show The
Michael
Office. Yes.
Scott, Dunder Mifflin paper.
Yeah. Yeah. So
So
and that
fun.
the office was huge in our office. Like lots of people. I've actually only ever watched a few episodes, but we have at that time I think I was the only one. Everybody else had watched every single episodes multiple times. Um, so if you look at The Office and My Office Help, the font, it is almost exactly the same. There are enough similarities that it does not go into their trademark. The final is the circle. So we have an oval circle that is slanted like that. And it also comes from a TV show. Does anybody listening know what TV show uses an oval slanted circle?
I think it's Seinfeld.
It is Seinfeld.
Ding 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 ding.
Da-da-da.
I forgot that one actually. I didn't just remember that you said it.
I don't remember how I came up with that, but I'm like, we need something else around that. And I was scouring logos and designs. One of the things when we were redoing this, I think it was about 3.5, 4 years ago, was it was right at 4 years ago, was I was looking at all these companies, and there was a huge shift in names and logos happening at that time. You look at Dunkin' Donuts. What does Dunkin' Donuts do now? Do you know? They have
Uh,
two D's. That's it.
yeah, yeah,
And so you had all of there were at that time there was a bunch of these very well known companies that were shortening their names
yeah.
and cleaning up their logos. It was no more about the big, huge, flashy, in your face names and logos. And so we wanted to try to follow in their footsteps. If they're doing it, they must be doing something right, right?
Yeah. Right, 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 right.
Right.
So I know on Tuesday, Mike and Jason talked a little bit about branding, and that's one of Jason's other favorite topics. Uh,
Yep.
he he's got a lot of knowledge in some of these areas, and I'm gonna stop there about pumping Jason up because I need him to be able to come out of the RV later today for you. So we just went through a rebrand, and I'm in the middle of it actually because we haven't updated the website. I don't have the official uh, logo file yet, uh, but I went through that, taking my logo from the crossed wrench and screwdriver with EJs in the middle, and I just decided as I'm targeting my ideal customer. I At first I just wanted a cool logo. I designed it, and I can't say I designed this one, but I wanted a higher profile image And like you said, simplified but clean,
Yep.
and kind of represent professionalism. And everybody knows we're all about the 5 stars, and 5 is too many, so we did 1 star with EJ in the middle. But it's a really cool star, and I think it looks cleaner. Uh, and I of course did the red, white, and blue because I'm a veteran and
Yep.
patriotic, and I don't know. Blue represents clean and professional, and red just catches your eye. Uh, but red, white, and blue together, it, I think it. I think it communicates trust and respect, honor.
Yeah.
So all of those were important to me. Of course, we keep the solid blue, royal blue for the clean, and this guy sleep in a different room each night. Yeah. So I thought it was interesting hearing them talk about that on Tuesday, and then us talking about it a little bit now. Uh, how our brand and our reputation speaks to our ideal customer,
Hmm.
and even so much as a logo can talk to your
Yeah.
customer in a way, and let them feel something.
Well,
And
and that's why, like, our when we were electrical detectives, we had this super fun light bulb, right? Because that was who we thought we were advertising to, was that 40-year-old woman that has, 30, 40, 50-year-old woman that they have the children. They like to have fun. And so when we became service detectives, our mascot actually became Sherlock. So a version of Sherlock with a
yeah,
we did have a mascot, an actual true mascot, but his name was Sherlock. It was a dog, a yellow dog, and with a Sherlock hat and magnifying glass. So, but even our logo was Sherlock. What do you say?
Paul says, "How long until you roll it out to the rest of the website? Roll out the rest of it." So uh, I'm waiting to get my actual logo file, and that's pretty much it. I got pictures of all of us in the new uniforms. I got pictures of the vans. I want right now. I have this photo shoot kind of in the works, and right now my photographer is just looking for a house to do it in because she also shoots real estate. So she's gonna find a home that's staged well and bring us in. We'll clean the vans up, get professional pictures of the vans and
That's cool.
us, and then then the website would be last because I think we're going to use those professional pictures and the logo files uh, and
I have
give
a
them over to
question.
Mike.
Am I going to be on your website?
I don't know. Are you gonna Are you gonna do a professional video testimonial?
EJ's is amazing. You want to use him. Trust me.
Their CSRs are awesome,
Their
right?
CSRs are amazing. Just call us and know for sure.
So I'll tell you this: I had uh, I had thought that this kind of thing was going to be really expensive and hard to do, the photo shoot thing. And I've got a little inside connection with this photographer because I do the drone photography for the real estate pictures she does. But she gives me a good deal. But really, for a few $100, you can get a local photographer that knows what the heck they're doing and take some good pictures and use them for your marketing because it's not that expensive. So if you
Yeah.
think about uh, me personally, as I was coming up, and I'm starting to get away from it now, but I still like to stick to it. My number is 300. Okay, and I'm gonna explain that. When I go to advertise or do any marketing, I know what my average ticket is. My average ticket is 250 to 300. Okay, and that's taking into account all of the costs, even the walks. So if I spend X number, say 1,000, if I spend $1,000 on a form of advertisement, how many calls do I need to book and go out to make that money back? Uh, 3 or 4, right? So if I spend $300, one would be sufficient. Two, and I think about how realistic is it that I would get that number of calls from this form of marketing. You know, for example, a year and a half ago, I bought 1,000 pens for my business, and I thought, what am I going to do with this? I don't know how many pens it was, but it was like $300 something, and I got this big case of pens, and I'm like, what am I going to do with them now? Like, it was a really cool idea when I was doing the order, but when I first got them, then I was like, now I got to do this work to get these pens out there. And what I did is I just put 20 or so in a Ziploc bag, and I went and introduced myself at restaurants, so they can put them in the hands of their customers and then maybe call me. But the whole point is, here's 1,000 pens. How many people have to call me from that pen out of 1,000? One.
Yeah.
And likely they're not going to say, I used your pen at Applebee's and now I called you. So it's hard to track.
Or I
But
stole your pen from Applebee's.
let me get back on the road here. Uh, if I can spend $300 for photographs, professional photographs, and I can use those in my social media for free, is it the same? Can you find value in that? So as you're a small business or even growing business, that's the mind frame I got given to me, and I got to give credit where it's due. It was Bobby Howard shared that mentality, and I just kind of took it and ran with it in Alex Tiberi's roundtables years ago. And he said, well, if I spend uh, $60 a day in Google ads, and my service charge at the time was $75, I only need one call every day from my ads. I was like, bing.
Yep.
That's the way I can convince myself that it's okay. And if it don't pass that test, then I don't do it. And sometimes I got to talk myself out of doing some stuff. Paul says, I have a professional camera set up and lens, and my wife does editing. We personally were going to rent an Airbnb, just never got her. Hey, that is a freaking great idea, Paul, because Airbnbs are set up. As long as it's not one of those that, like we go to like cabins and they got base level appliances. Like I want to go to something with some big stainless steel stuff. Uh, that's an awesome idea, and it's close to free. I mean, you get all the pictures you want. I'm kind of just waiting to see if we get slow in a few months. Yeah. Hey, this is what we're talking about. Paul's got it. As you're going into the slow season, one, you want to try to find ways to keep your revenue up during the slow season, but the inevitable is going to happen. You get slow, and I'll tell you, as a 3 tech operation, me being one of the techs, don't ask my team. They wouldn't agree to that. They would say we're a 2 tech operation. Uh, but I give the majority of the calls to them, and I fill in, you know, the in between spots. So during the slow season, I do much less calls than I do during the summer. So what can I do to make use of my time? And that's the thing. I get
Yeah.
out there and I'm finding ways to put our name in front of our customers so that we can live through the winter months, so that
Yep.
we can get through it. And finding things to do when you're slow, like Paul's talking about, rent an Airbnb, shoot, get your business to pay for it. It's what you're doing. You're renting a space to take pictures in. There it is. Take
Yeah.
mama out, have somebody watch the twins, and have you a little weekend. And I don't know, maybe they were going to play role play or something. But we're going to clean it up. You got anything to wrap it up, Shayna?
I don't. I think you've done a great job today, EJ. I'm so excited for this weekend, and you've set it off in the right direction.
I didn't do it by myself. I got you next to me. I did it.
Ah.
I did it in spite of you. I'm kidding. So everybody, get out there, get your hustle on, and do what it takes to keep your business moving in the right direction. And Paul, thanks for the comments, man. You always keep it interesting. Everybody else out there, thanks for engaging. Uh, we love you, and God loves you. And this is the Service Alliance Group signing out.
Bye.